it costs a lot in terms of energy. Probably a small country is the total usage. So it's definitely something we should be aware of. And it's something that actually is fixable. People think Bitcoin is a static thing. It's not. You can change the code of Bitcoin if ever all the miners agree. So there's no reason not to fix it or to optimize it. Bill Gates is right. But like anything, the crypto kitties are so sensitive that if you say anything negative about crypto and you maybe tell people to pump the brakes or be careful putting their entire net worth into it, they all just freak out and then start sending memes to you for 12 hours on Twitter. So of course it's an issue. Any reasonable adult would say it's an issue, but so was having bank branches. And we used to have 25,000 of them in the United States, according to a quick research I just did. And, we're now down to under 9,000. So, there's a cost to running any business, and we need to look at the value of that business and then decide if it's worth it or not. And if it can be optimized, it should be optimized, just like anything else. The bigger picture is there's probably better uses of our time in terms of solar and nuclear and other projects we could be working on. Bitcoin is but a fraction of 1% of the global
Pomp,
energy
you're being
usage.
so patient. I'm shocked you're able to contain yourself.
It's because I'm right. Pomp's going to just agree.
Marty Bent, who always says Bitcoin detractors haven't done their homework. Every single data point flies in the face of what these people are saying. Bill Gates is a really smart guy, but Bitcoiners understand Bitcoin better than Bill Gates understands it. And what you find is around the world, there's a $19 billion financial incentive. That is the annual revenue of the mining industry to go find the cheapest power possible. And the cheapest power possible is in renewable and clean power. When you go and you look at places around the United States, you see companies like Great American Mining who are literally capturing gas flaring, the worst type of environmental damage in the world. They're capturing that gas flaring, and on site, they're turning it into Bitcoin mining power. It is incredible. Bitcoin is actually the largest driver, in my opinion, of clean and renewable energy R&D in the world. If you go into certain provinces in China, 95% of the power consumption is coming from renewable energy. And the reason why it's so popular in China is because they overbuilt their hydropower capabilities. There is stranded power all over this world. And what we are finding is that financial incentives drive the world. There's $19 billion at stake today. As the price of Bitcoin continues to go up, there will be a larger and larger financial incentive. And people want to use clean, renewable energy to mine Bitcoin. They're already doing it. And Bill Gates, frankly, doesn't understand Bitcoin. He doesn't understand the power consumption. What we should be listening to is the industry experts, not people who don't understand what they're talking about. Every single data point disproves what he's saying, yet we run around because it's Bill Gates. Bill Gates was great in the 80s and in the 90s and into the 2000s. Bill Gates has been against Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has continued to prove to be one of the most important technologies over the last decade, and it will continue to persist regardless of what Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or Jason, I love Jason, but whatever Jason says, Bitcoin will continue to still be a worthwhile technology that drives clean and renewable energy R&D around the world.
I own Bitcoin. I think it's a brilliant technology. Doesn't mean it can be more efficient. And what you just stated was a bunch of opinions. You don't actually know. I don't actually know where all of these mines are located. And yeah, you're right. They're going to go to wherever they can get the cheapest energy, or they can steal energy, which is a big part of it as well. People are, figuring out ways to hijack off of the grid, whatever energy they can find. There's no reason to not optimize it. We should optimize it. But here's the classic playbook of any pomp or pump, like person, which is you attack Bill Gates and say he's washed up or whatever. Bill Gates is one of the greatest, technologists of all time, all due respect, certainly going to contribute more to the planet than you ever will, Pomp. And he deserves our respect. And he does have the right opinion, which is if this can be cleaned up, it should be cleaned up. There's no reason to not make anything more energy efficient. And if this is if crypto is in fact going to become the new standard, why not start that process right now? Because there are plenty of cryptocurrencies that don't mine. Correct, Pomp?
Listen, I own more Bitcoin than Bill Gates, so I think I'm going to be
Hold on, I just asked you. I didn't ask you to character assassinate Bill Gates. We get it. You're a genius. Bill Gates is an idiot. What I asked you was, are there other cryptocurrencies that don't require the same energy consumption and don't mine the coins? Yes or no?
You're missing the point. It's like on a relative basis.
There you go. Can't even answer the question. It's so funny.
Well, if you allow me to answer the question, if I want to compare total energy consumption, then the U.S. banking system and the U.S. dollar is the most wasteful energy consumption we have. That would be a ridiculous argument in your opinion. What ends up happening is 74%. Fidelity, CoinShares, a number of organizations have done large-scale studies. You can use Google, just go Google it. 74% or more of all energy consumption in Bitcoin mining is renewable power. Literally, Bitcoin mining is cleaner consumption of power than the US dollar. I don't see anyone here saying that we should go stop using the US dollar because it consumes so much power and is dirty power.
Third time.
Bitcoin is cleaner.